Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Ringlight Fables. I am your host and dungeon master, Skijaramaz, otherwise known as Toneshift, and with me today we have our full cast of players, starting with SepiaWolfe playing Tuki Fletcher, our Kraven rogue. It did the mic
and
thing
hello again, and just in case it didn't go. Yep.
Yeah, it didn't go. We know this problem. Didn't you, order an updated mic at some point? I thought that was a thing that happened.
It's on its way.
Okay. Next, we have Mick playing Boron, our half-dwarven battlemaster.
Hello.
We have Willyzin playing Ludviek, our Rythari paladin.
Hello to you.
We have Goldwyn playing Minnove, our koboldic bard.
Hello. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my pop filter.
It's fine.
Falling. It's very weak. Very flaccid.
No. I'm not gonna. Nope, too easy. And last but certainly not least, we have Impulsive playing Kari, our Kraven bard.
Apparently, I'm the main character.
No, I said your mom is the main character.
I thought that you meant he had main character syndrome.
Man, it would take way too long to retrace our steps to make that entire conversation thread make sense to anyone, so we're just going to move on.
Why do you think I brought it up?
Fuck you too! So, where last we left off, our party of adventurers had found themselves employed by one Godfried Halkus to venture deep into the Forest of 1,000 Rivers in search of some ancient and unidentified ruins, the origination point of which is not known. Most ruins in this region either belong to ancient Orient undercities or are leftover remnants from the Age of Arrakis, about a little over a century ago and stretching beyond that. These ruins do not align with that. After having a very unfortunate encounter with some territorial beasties in the rivers en route known as river drakes, the party continued their searches, combing up and down along the shoreline of rivers in the region in which these ruins would be found. And after stopping to camp and tend their still lingering sores in a little cove off the shoreline, Tuki managed to spot some crenellated pillars, tucked away, hidden, grown around by an uprising tree that pointed the party in the right direction. Continuing their explorations thence, they eventually uncovered what could only be the entrance to the ruins they seek. Ancient and unknown, they stepped in, and over the course of the next several hours of their lives, they've begun exploring the depths of these ancient halls, uncovering strange artistry woven into the walls, encountering a beautiful statue in its front room, eroded and smoothed to the point of any meaningful features being indecipherable and lost, finding an old pantry and kitchen where food might have been prepared, adjacent to a great meeting and communal chamber dominated by a vastly overgrown and foreign tree that is evidently not native to these lands. We left off as the party stopped to take their lunch in that chamber, having already explored a fair few of the rooms and just wanting to catch their breath and rest a little bit before they press on. That was where we left off, and as such is where we shall resume. So, we pick up where we left off. With you having just completed your lunch in this great communal chamber in the heart of the old ruins. If there are any conversations you wish to have over the course of the consumption of your lunch, you are more than welcome to do so. I also have specific music for these ruins going now. What? What is funny? Did someone do something funny where I wasn't looking?
No, I completely forgot that the watch party was a thing for the music, so I was like...
Oh, right, yeah, the watch together. I have custom music going in that. If you want the ambience I have intended, then that is a place to be. It is in the common links.
I'm coming.
All right.
Very good choice. Very good choice. Yeah.
So, any sort of idea of what this place might be?
Not really. Some place of worship, maybe?
Of what, though?
No idea.
I've never seen
However,
one.
I can't believe that no creatures made it inside. Like, would be an ideal place to hang out so far.
Maybe it's difficult to get back out after leaving or entering.
Oh, please don't say that.
No, but we have hands and fingers with which to open the doors. I imagine the squirrel does not.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Isn't this chamber open to
Yeah. There's sort of a hole in the roof through which sunlight is streaming in that seems to have provided the water that has fed this great tree in the middle and helped to encourage all of the moss and mold that has grown all over the place. There are openings into the place.
We think unless there are more holes like this, he points to the ceiling, there would not be many chances for creatures to get in. After all, the main entrance and the doors we have come across have all been closed, and they do not look like the kind of door that are easy to open or close. So, I would assume if there are creatures in here, they might be in someplace else, or it might be just so small they're a word for meaning not important.
Inconsequential.
Ah, that one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, for the age of this place, it looks to be in relatively good shape. I really thought it was be in terrible ruins, and we would have to be climbing over, well, ruins.
Well, but we've only seen a small part of this place. It is very big. We may yet have to do some climbing. Just don't ask me to climb 3.
No.
We managed to avoid that because Minnove knows how to mage hand. Wait, you nat 1 climbing the tree, didn't you?
I have no memory of this. We are moving on.
What?
What? Huh?
What happened? Who disappeared? Who came back? What happened?
Not me.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at the Discord, so I don't know who vanished. But anyway, we're all here now, so
Anyway.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All that matters.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes?
we're supposed to be finding artifacts. We haven't really seen much yet. Do you think somebody has been here before? Maybe a long time ago?
As a quick general reminder of your stated objectives here, your primary goal is to make sure it's clear of hostiles. That's the main thing you're being paid for, is to just make sure that it's safe. But additional payments will be brought out if you take detailed notes, sketches, diagrams, make a good map, and additional payments will be made if you find suitably valuable seeming relics that are easy to move, if only because you don't want someone else to come by, snatch them, and then pawn them back off to the erudites at an exorbitant fee after probably damaging something of great historical value. So.
Makes
Hello?
sense.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
What happened?
fuck. My mic just for some reason stopped working, and I was trying to say things, and I was like, my mic's not going at all.
Oh no. Okay.
I was trying to add genuine addition to it, but it was just not happening. So that's why I left, came back being is it Discord? I don't know what it was. I just had to unplug my mic and replug it in again.
I hate it when that happens.
You were uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah, I was wondering why the kobold wasn't chatting.
Yeah, I was mic problems in the side chat there.
Well, I didn't see that. I have Discord set to do not disturb, so.
No worries, all good. But I was going to add before my microphone interrupted me. Do you think that someone might be taking care of these ruins? Because like Boron had said, it's very well kept despite being in such ruin and no one really supposedly being here for hundreds of years.
The kitchen
Supposedly.
itself was very barren of anything, and that entrance was very well covered over with vines. Again, if someone else is here, there must be another entrance or something. But
Well,
that's all I
they
can say.
could reside here. Everything you need is right here. Other than that horrendously smelling, disgusting room they call a kitchen, there's everything you need here.
I don't know if one can live off of moss.
One
I mean-
thing though, did we close the doors again or made sure that nobody is following us? Because somebody was following us a couple of nights ago, didn't we?
Well, Kari didn't really say if it was someone or something, more or less alluded it to being some sort of animal or something of the sort, so it could be anything, honestly, but
So
I mean, that's
far,
on you all for not investigating it, if I'm going to be honest.
right.
All right.
Anyway, as far as I'm aware, I don't think you guys have been closing up the doors. If you have not been saying as such
Yeah.
to me. So
Yeah.
I didn't shut the door behind me. I let the draft go. It needs to be aired out, this place, god damn it.
You couldn't shut the
Smelly
kitchen
and-
door fast enough, though.
Oh, that thing could rot. It's been rotting for eons. It could stay rotting. I don't. Seal that up. Blow it up. I don't care what you do. I just burn it all. It'd smell better if it was all burnt. Smoke,
that is
fire.
an escalation.
Listen,
actually-
it smells horrid. My eyes were watering when it was going on.
I assume we've left these. Oh, whoops! Did not
What
mean
the
to do
fuck was
one.
that? What did you
I meant to
do?
line. I meant to point. I assume we've left these doors open here too, right?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we would have.
Probably.
All right, probably would have seen
Pretty
anything
much.
out of the corner of our eyes. It's like Ludviek is like, you make good points, and it's good to be prepared. So I shall do a little bit of preparation before we move on. Ludviek moves over to right here, and he shuts this door on the north of him,
All right.
and then he's going to lay one of his hunting traps on this tile.
You know I'm gonna step in that, right?
As long as you do not, just remember where it is. And besides, it's more so to prevent, if a creature does come in or follows our scent, or it is possibly a hostile intent person, I'm pretty sure that it'll set off the trap regardless.
All right.
All right.
Better to be safe than to be sorry.
I'm
All right.
going to be sorry, I feel.
All right, I have dropped in a little red square to indicate where the trap is. I'll just put it right here on that particular tile, so we know which one it is.
50% chance of it working. If something comes through.
Indeed.
With my luck, it's 100.
Well,
All
you have
right.
visual on it now, so.
And,
It's more or less Minnove being like, well, I could see me, like, running and tripping into that. Tripping into running from something.
You're small enough, you could be bisected. Anyway.
alright. Mark that is not having that at the moment. Okay.
Well,
By the way,
that was
there was this statue in the first room, right?
Yes.
What was this statue depicting, basically?
Nothing that
Winged humanoid.
Yeah,
Didn't
nothing
Minnove
that
take a
I've
sketch
ever
of it?
seen. I
Didn't
did.
Minnove?
I have it right here. Very beautifully drawn, honestly. If you look at it, it's you see the wings, and then you see the humanoid body, and it's very beautiful, very, very, very handsome.
Yeah, as a reminder, just in general, it was a humanoid-shaped statue, very much like the big wings coming off the back, but most of the details had been eroded and smoothed away over time, so it kind of looked almost more like it was kind of like as if someone just took like a silk blanket and draped it over the winged figure. Almost.
Okay.
I like him. I'm calling him Anton.
Okay.
Let's hope you didn't just commit some sort of sacrilege and brought the ire of the gods upon us.
Well, it's nothing that I've ever seen in my life. I've seen humanoids, but I've never seen humanoids with wings.
Ludviek just looks over at the two Kraven and just looks over at her.
They don't have wings.
You implying, Ludviek?
I don't know which one I should be offended by.
Either way,
Anyway, we got some ground to cover, and we need to be taking notes and
yeah.
still be looking out for any objects, artifacts, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there.
By the way, Minnove, look down about the kitchen. It's horrible. Don't go in there.
I'm not. I can imagine. I'm just gonna be like, kitchen smells bad. I'm gonna make a box, and it's gonna be kitchen smells bad. Don't go in.
Perfect.
No
It's
warning.
just you could beat someone to death with the honey.
You could beat someone to death with the stench of that room.
No, you will not beat with the
Wasn't
honey
that
block.
bad.
Here's plans for this. Ludviek carefully guards the honey block.
Well, I'd say that we continue on, and we're wasting nothing but daylight. And
Aye.
All right. So
who
you have
knows what
plenty.
else has.
You have plenty of routes to explore still. You have sort of this larger pair of double doors off to the over here, or you could explore double doors down here. Let me just focus ping these properly. You have a more subdued looking door over here on the eastern end of the hall. There is also, of course, still an unopened door on the far side of the kitchen that you didn't explore. And if you wanted to do some backtracking for whatever reason, there's this turn off back here in the long connecting corridor that the entrance corridor led into. So
I believe we agreed on opening the small doors first, and then opening the large doors to kind of get the small ones out of the way, and then.
Yay!
All right.
yay!
Work up to the big things.
All right. So then, seems like everyone's just kind of congregating in that way then. All right. So, Kari, you come up to this next door, survey it for a second. A little broken down, but like most of the things in this place, surprisingly still intact. Pushing it open. Thank you, Doctor Who. Please don't do that. So, pushing open that door, you are greeted to a fairly lengthy and otherwise unremarkable looking corridor stretching out before you. To the south, to your right, you see another unremarkable door just barely sort of hanging on. At the far end, you see, while it's not large, a very important looking door set into an upward sort of curved archway at the far end. And directly to the left of that door is a smaller one, sort of nestled up against the wall next to a pillar.
I can tell you they really like their corridors.
It's connective tissue.
Do you think
Well,
there
so
was
you're
a lot
going
of-
to get around.
Do you think there was a lot of running in here? Think they had to run around a lot?
Could certainly get a good workout out of running laps around this place.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I would guess that people living here would not have the need for urgency and could take their time.
Well, it's that. Well, hallways are everywhere, right? Like,
Hallways are everywhere
Everywhere.
around, but these hallways seems like, I don't know, very specifically rooms that are hulled. I don't know. I'm not an architect. I'm a bard. I play music. I don't build it.
we've seen 3.
Well then, we have a choice. We could go to this one right here, and he points to the end of the hallway, or that one right there. I think if I were to guess, the one at the end will lead us
Kari
into-
just walks to the one at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I say
It does that right in the middle of him talking. It's just like, oh, right there.
Yeah.
All right, so stepping forward, Kari, to this more impressive and important looking door, you lift up your hand, sort of try the knob, and it pops open, and you are greeted to what could only be described as it looks like the interior of a chapel, complete with various pews lining the walls to the left and right, albeit a very different make to the ones you know. Sort of tall, sort of fog, sort of misted windows interspaced between supporting pillars along the walls let in shafts of dusty light. The high roof overhead has a handful of little breaks in it that permit in some rainfall or what have you that help keep the room sort of illuminated. You can see coiling networks of roots and ivy and vines snaking in through these little breaks and sort of puncturing up through the back wall and completely ensnaring and encasing what looks to be sort of an elevated altar that is largely broken down. Sort of looking it over, though, there is one other thing that catches your eye, and that is the presence of a skeleton sort of coiled up in the roots growing around the altar, slumped with its back to the altar itself, sort of, or rather up against almost what looks like sort of an offering bowl that is set into the front of the altar. And it only takes a moment of looking at this skeleton to clock it as being a Kraven.
Well, if we didn't think that this was a church before.
Definitely a place of worship of some kind.
Going to go over and squat by and investigate the skeleton.
All right.
I accidentally X'd out the character sheet instead of opening it.
Congratulations.
Now I gotta wait for it to reload. So he's essentially just going to be looking at it and seeing if there is any damage to the bones that would imply a cause of death, an unnatural cause of death.
Can
Gotcha.
I use my skill? Can I use my skill in medicine to help him with this?
Sure, that would give Kari advantage. Make a medicine check.
Okay. Advantage on medicine. This might be the first time in my entire life I've rolled medicine. Thank God there was advantage.
Right? So, let me just turn my
Last time.
So, looking the skeleton over, it doesn't take you long to just sort of clock that this is an older, whoever this skeleton belonged to was an elder at the time of their death. You can kind of just see it in some of the deformities that have sort of occurred. That being said, the skeleton is not complete. There are missing pieces, missing bones here and there. For example, you don't see any sign of, its left femur, for example. So, some of these bones have been taken over time. It's only really maintaining any semblance of its shape because of the roots and vines coiling through it, barely holding it together in this vague approximation of a network of muscles and tendons to just give it a vague approximation of form. You do, however, notice, I'll give this to you easy enough as you're sort of looking it over, you see there is... was Tuki saying something?
No.
Okay. You see a small, sort of darkly colored stone reliquary gently cradled in its bony fingers.
You know what? He is going to try to carefully reach in and grab it.
Okay. You reach your hands gingerly in. Place your hands on the reliquary, pull. There's this moment where the hands sort of come with it, almost as if the corpse is refusing to easily relinquish what it cradles before the bony hands slip free and slump into its lap. The whole skeleton sort of sags a bit with this sort of a dusty groaning croak almost. The reliquary is, I'd say maybe a foot and a half by foot and a half. Sort of has a lid that is, and it's a very elaborate, if hefty, stone sort of coffer.
Okay.
And there is definitely something moving around inside of it as you pick it up. You can just sort of feel it gently rattling around.
Oh, not moving by itself.
No, moving as gravity works its magic.
I see.
All right. Interesting.
And I examine the outside of the reliquary to see if I recognize any religious symbols of any kind.
Sure. Make a religion check.
Congratulations, Ludviek. If this is full of money, you're the only one that Kari actively trusts right now to not run away with it.
Okay.
14.
No offense to anyone else.
Like you said.
Full offense.
I mean, judging by the ornate, decorative nature of the symbology on this reliquary, it is somehow religious in nature. But what religion that could possibly be, you have absolutely no idea. The symbols are completely foreign to you. There's this very flowy, sort of curvy pattern to it. It's very graceful, elegant. But as for what it could be historically, you haven't got a fucking clue.
Kari's gonna walk over. Does this actually? No, this one makes more sense. Does this look like it? Is this thing going to collapse the second he touches it, or will, by some miracle of God, it support his weight for a moment?
The pew.
The pew.
Yeah.
It looks like it might support a creature a little lighter than you, but you are not confident it'll withstand your weight.
In that case, he's going to just put the reliquary on it and then kneel down and see if it's locked or if he can open it.
It is
easily.
Decidedly locked, yes.
It visibly locked.
That.
Trying to open it, it does not open. You do see there is a little, There's like a little hole, just sort of where the lid meets the rest of it, so there is a keyhole.
I'm gonna pause a second to let other people do things in this room.
Yeah. What's everyone else doing?
Boron is going up to the altar and starting to search the ground for maybe other things, artifacts, whatever that might have fallen down over time.
Sure, go ahead and make for me a perception check from Boron.
Perception.
21. Looking around, you don't see any other like relics or anything of particular note in the tangle of roots. If ever there was anything, which at one point in time there probably was, then it's probably been absconded with at this point. The Reliquary was probably left where it was on the grounds that it's heavy. That, most animals don't make a habit of picking up square-shaped rocks for things. But other things in the environment have probably been taken over time, much like the bones on the skeleton. Ludviek, what's Ludviek doing?
Okay, he is going to, again, examine the altar in detail. Specifically, he's going to be focusing on the altar for this turn. He's going to try and see if he can see any religious iconography or anything that might be, anything that might give a sign to what type of altar is this. Is this one that's used for sacrifice? Is this one used for benediction? Is this one that's used for types of just basic service? Is it one for worship?
Okay, I gotcha. Make a religion or investigation, your choice.
I think it doesn't matter because both of those are the same for him. So we'll just go with we'll go through the paladin route. Let's see what happens. Ouch.
7. You're pretty confident it's not for sacrifice on account of the fact that it has kind of like a sloped surface. Like it's almost shaped like a very shallow roof. It's kind of got like the sort of upward curve. You can kind of see how the light is hitting it. So, so that wouldn't be terribly conducive towards sacrifice because you would want like a flat surface, or if you were going to have like a bend in the surface, you'd want it to go in, not out, so as to create like something that a creature would have to climb out of instead of just rolling off of.
All right, I'll wait to do anything more until my next turn.
I mean, we're not doing turns, but all right, I'm just kind of going down the list. Tuki, what are you doing? Actually, wait, Minnove first.
I'm just drawing. I'm just walking around, just kind of drawing, seeing if there's anything like of note that they have not really picked up on, to see if she can draw it, or if there's anything, I guess, that sticks out.
Make a perception check. Let's see what you find.
What does she find? That is the question. If it's gonna let me go to there we go. Perception.
18. So, looking at some of these frosted glass windows, you can't really see the world beyond through them, but the light does come through. Very translucent, very textured. Most of them are just sort of a flat color shade with some, with just the texturing and the sort of ornamental framing that sort of creates like just patterns of light upon the floor without necessarily depicting scenes or symbols that you would understand. But the windows at the very back, the sort of 15 feet wide and almost like 25 feet tall, it's very pretty. A lot of it has caved in at this point, like shattered on account of the glass, or the roots rather, breaking through the walls and other things, and those shards of glass have probably been absconded with, but what little of it is left in the frame, you can just barely make out what you think is a depiction of maybe a cliff top?
Okay.
Like a cliff top overlooking a vast landscape, and you can just see like the tips of a tree before the glass abruptly cuts off where it's shattered. So whatever scene this was depicting was from an elevated position looking down. And with an 18, I will say one thing that is curiously absent. You do not see a depiction of the ring in what little of the glass is there.
Oh, fascinating.
Granted, most of the image is missing, so it's probably that the missing depiction of the ring is just somewhere else on the image, but you do consciously note that it is missing from what little of the image you can see.
Fascinating.
And Tuki, what you doing?
Kind of wandering around, taking everything in. Spends a lot of time looking at the skeleton, but then with the reliquary, just... what do you have there? Kari?
I'm sorry. I did not hear you. Could you repeat that?
Tuki's just seeing that you're focused on the reliquary and asks about it.
It seems to be locked.
That might not be an issue.
Do you want to take a crack at it?
Only if you'd like me to, but we can always try.
He's going to scoot over.
Just be careful not to damage it.
Yes, I...
No, I thought I might try and smash it open.
Tuki with the sarcasm. That's
Which
new.
Ludviek,
You know,
which
if you
Ludviek says,
smash-
"Oh, you need to? Okay." He holds up his hand.
if any of you continue with this, there will be a menagerie of skeletons in this room.
A menagerie is a place, but okay.
Shush. It's a fancy word. Quiet.
All right.
Kari.
Ludviek
right.
will proceed to use this word incorrectly.
All right, Tuki. Make for me a Thieves' Tools check.
Could I guidance this?
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna guidance this for you.
All right.
Awesome. It has a query. What kind of intelligence, dexterity?
I figure dexterity. And is that with guidance?
What?
No. Guidance.
It's a D4.
There we go.
That brings it up to a 14, which is exactly what you needed.
Whoa.
So as you start working your thieves' tools into the mechanism, it takes you longer than it might for any other lock you might have figured out how to work with, because the make of it is radically different. It follows a different sort of construction method, but it's not necessarily complicated. It kind of takes you a few minutes to sort of suss out how the mechanism even works. And then once you kind of have that sort of figured out in your head, you start sort of running through it, just through muscle memory. And after, I'd say maybe just 5 minutes of fiddling with it, eventually, with minimal fuss, there's a satisfying sort of thick, heavy extract your tools. You feel confident that you have unlocked this reliquary.
I think there we go.
Right. Kari is going to give a quick nod of thanks and then slowly open the lid.
Opening the lid, your eyes settle upon its single, only object that it contains. The inside of the reliquary, its inner surface is smooth, polished smooth almost. And just nestled deep in its core, you see this... It's almost like... It's a blue crystalline form. Cut down, like a precious gem, into a sort of tall, trapezoidal shape, capped on either end by a sort of a frame of gold. Brilliant and resplendent, and the crystal itself is, to your surprise, faintly glowing.
I'm I'm gonna assume that an Arcana check would be good for this.
You can certainly try.
All right.
Anybody got identify?
Oh my god.
Natural 20 for 23. So, Kari, you've spent a fair bit of time, especially in your youth, whether you willed it or no, studying how magic works. It's very strict in its rules and how it functions. You can get creative in bending those rules, but they never, ever, ever break. And one of the parts of magic that never breaks is its coloration. It is always a resplendent, beautiful white, the shade of Luma. This coloration is not that. So either you're looking at something that is of a type of magic you've never seen before, which strikes you as very unlikely, or it's just glowing by some other non-magical means.
Kari is not going to say anything. He is going to put it back in. He's going to close the box.
Wait,
and
did
he is
you
going
hold
to
on,
put
hold on,
it
hold on,
in-
hold on. Did you touch the crystal at any point? Because I was describing all of that with the understanding that you were just looking at it.
No, that roll was basically with the intent of like actually picking it up and examining it.
Okay. You should have led with that because something actually needs
okay.
to happen now. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh god.
He says that. I've done that as
Yeah.
a bard.
Don't
Never say that.
that.
The amount of times that's
Okay.
been in this
Okay.
campaign alone.
All right. So, you don't take any psychic damage,
Yes.
Damage.
but you are still subjected to another effect. So, Kari, the moment your hand touches the crystal, for a moment your vision is filled with blinding light, a networking pattern of blue lights, nodes and tethers and bridges and lines like a spider web. 12, 100, 1,000, 1,000,000, all echoing with something else, something not you. You are... Suddenly your mind is just filled with thoughts that you are not consciously thinking. Fragmented and broken, the skies falling, the enemy advances, masks and hands and malice. Jana Tuel, the stone cradled. It fell near here, a fragment, entrusted. A souvenir? No, a promise. Service rendered, loyalty shown. No one comes. Emptied. Lonely, so lonely. Eyes look as long as can be bared. Brittle bones fail, lungs stretch. Fragmentary passages. A long life lived, echo across misty, haze-smeared eyes. A gentle touch, a hand of blue, and then you snap back to yourself, and the things that you had just seen, whatever was in your mind, the thoughts, the mental images, fragmented, whatever they were, are suddenly gone. They fall still and silent, and in your hand the shard remains gently humming, gently glowing, and gently, oh so gently still.
Kari is going to gently put it back in the box.
All right.
Gently close the lid. Say to Tuki, can you lock this back up? And with a wild look in his eyes.
Sure.
I will say to the rest of you, you did also notice something. When Kari's hand touched the crystal to pick it up, suddenly his eyes sort of just flew wide, and the crystal itself shone brightly to the point it overpowered the sunlight filtering into the room, but it did so in eerie silence, just save for a very gentle, almost electric buzzing that lasted for 2, maybe 3 seconds, and then disappeared and back into the crystal's normal state, and that's when Kari snapped out of it.
Kari, are you alright? You,
Don't touch it.
You were glowing.
Don't touch it. Stop. No, hang on.
Gonna go ahead and show you all what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay.
That's cool.
Kind of a vague approximation. The gold caps are supposed to be a lot more decorated with like flourishes and what have you, but I did not have the time nor the patience to figure out how to do that in Blender, so this will give you a good idea of what you're looking at.
Okay.
I didn't see any ringstone.
No ringstone.
I've never seen something glow with that kind of brightness before. At least, not of that shade.
All right.
Tuki.
Maybe
sorry,
something
sorry.
is glowing inside of it and it just radiates blue outwards?
Kari, what happened to you? You looked like you were staring at something far away.
Impulsive. That
I
is you.
don't know. No, that was him. That was like.
Dramatic
That was the
pause.
real time pause. Just
Okay.
He's just gonna,
You don't
assuming
know.
it's locked now. He's just gonna put it in his bag.
All right. So,
I don't know.
So you didn't see anything? Did anything happen?
Yes.
Well,
I don't think we're gonna get much. It doesn't seem like something that was pleasant.
Yeah, still, it might be important.
Might be important, but it's not for us to dissect.
Everything, I guess.
everything.
Everything happened.
It's not for us to just dissect nor look at. We're not the professionals here. We're here to scavenge and bring back.
if I could have everyone make a perception check for me, please.
Yes. Active
I hate
perception.
how you
Right?
said that so like smirkly too.
Okay.
Kari
We got the
sees
whole-
everything now.
We got the whole gambit.
Kari sees everything. Kari sees like sound.
Oh my gosh, that's 2 24s.
Let's see. All right, yeah, okay, so, like, they rolled a 2 on their stealth, so... So everyone is going to notice. I'd been making the sound, but you were all caught up and talking to each other. That's why I prompted the perception roll, to see if you would notice over your chatter. Something has been walking toward you as you've been having this chat with heavy footfalls.
Uh-oh.
That's what that was, okay.
Yes.
From the west, basically.
Nope, not the west. South.
Okay. South.
All of you, your eyes sort of turn to look through like the sort of frosted windows as you see just silhouetted through the glass this tall, like almost like a large half-melted metal kite shield shape rise up into view at the window. And it thunks against it, and you see, as it just resolves into clarity, pressed up to it, a reptilian eye glaring into the space.
Let's
And
go.
scale.
Let's go.
And scaled lips
back,
peeling
everybody.
back into a snarl as they see intruders in its territory. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yay.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's leave. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Ouch.
Okay, I need to get... shite! Okay, hold on a minute. Let me just clear this. Okay.
Need me to re-roll or can you manually enter me?
Can I manually... Hold on a second. You rolled a 6?
Yes, and Boron rolled a 19.
Okay. 6. Turn. 19. Okay. And the things...
Oh god. Oh god.
Things.
that 9999996 is very, very intimidating.
I'll just change it to a 1 and call it a day. So, I'll go ahead and provide some visuals here, because, like, I'll just... Give me a moment here while I do this. If it'll work with me here. Narloths. So, let's go ahead and just sort this. I believe I've already sorted this turn order. So, Tuki, you are up first.
Sleeve.
Run.
Alright.
I love how your first instinct is run. It's funny.
What, mine?
It's like,
Two big things.
Two big things, tiny cramped room. Yes, good idea.
Two big things, tiny cramped room, and Kari just saw the universe. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, I find it funny that, you know, once again, we're in a battle, and Kari is the closest to danger.
It seems to happen a fair bit, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think Tuki's gonna move over here and bonus action hide.
Okay, make a stealth check for me. It's difficult terrain, mind you, where all those rocks are. Anywhere where there's, like, rocks and boulders and roots is difficult terrain.
Oops. Computer is being sluggish today.
That is sleight of hand. I needed stealth, but it's still a natural 20, so...
2 less. Sorry.
Okay, that's still really fucking good. So, Tuki just kind of disappears into the ether to the rest of your perspective. It's honestly kind of impressive. All right, so is that all you're doing?
I'm gonna hold readied action to shoot anything that attacks anybody.
All right. So that then is your turn. Boron, you're up.
Are they? Do they look like they're gonna break down the wall or windows or what?
You get the impression that they're probably about to tear through the glass. These things are... You can actually make a nature check. I'll allow this as a free action to see if you've encountered these creatures before, given that you've, you know, been running a long adventurer's life already, mercenary.
Nature. Okay,
Yeah.
Not survival. Okay.
Yeah, knowledge of the natural world. 16. Yeah, so Narloths are definitely tough. You know, you've encountered at least one in your career. They are big, they are tough, but their main claim to fame is their durability. They have these massive crests of keratin growing out of their forehead and out of the back of their wrists, which they can effectively use to basically just huddle up and shield themselves. So they are strong, but the biggest threat of fighting them is that they're just hard to hurt.
Right.
So when it comes to an endurance game, they can outlast a lot of things they fight.
Huh.
So
Let's see. I'll
go ahead and do then, as a result of that, I'll say that you can clock that they have a very high armor class.
All right. Okay. Think this will be the closest where they are going in, and Boron will be moving up there and holding his action to attack, to do a melee attack if anything comes close.
All right. All right, that'll be your go. Minnove, you're up.
Minnove is gonna like see this and immediately be like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. They're a little too far away for me to get both of them, but I'm gonna cast Shatter to at least get something.
through
I'm
the
gonna cast
glass?
it.
That does
Well,
it presents a problem. I'm showing those two tokens there because you can see clear enough through the frosted glass to determine where the creatures are, but it's still frosted glass. You cannot clearly see on the other side. So at present, you do not have direct line of sight on the your desired origination point for the spell. So as per Pale Ring rules, you don't have you can't cast there.
Okay. So, with that in mind, then,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give heroism to Kari.
All right, you have to be in touch range,
Let's get there then.
which is a little outside of your movement speed. Your movement speed is like 30 feet, and he is like 35 feet away from you at the best. So
I'll do it to Boron then, I guess.
all right. So you run up to Boron, clamp a hand on his back, bravery. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns.
And I believe that would be 6, right? Because that's my spell casting bonus, or
No,
It's
just
just
the
a
modifier.
charisma bonus.
Yeah,
my
so
charisma.
4.
So 4.
All right.
And then she's gonna take the other 5 feet and just take a step back.
All right.
And bardic inspiration, Kari.
All right.
We
Give me a second here. I don't see a temporary hit points box, so this is just gonna be that. So we can keep track of your temp hit points with that second red bar under your armor class, Boron.
there is one right under normal hit points.
Yeah, on the character sheet. I mean, like on the token.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I can keep track of it. Oh, surprise electric guitar. Wasn't expecting that, but then again, it's The Witcher 2 music, so I don't know what I was expecting. It is Kari's turn.
bye. Okay, let's see. So that's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 30 feet.
So,
Actually, no, we're just gonna do. Definitely moving right there.
all right.
And then, what can he do here? You know what? I think he's literally just going to say, "Run away!" and just start booking it.
All right. Kari
And then
is
he's
demonstrating
going
his
to
heroism and running the hell away.
I mean,
Brave Sakari, brave your land away.
yeah.
Aren't we glad that you didn't give heroism to him?
I mean, he's kind of, in this particular instance, useless anyway, since you can't do spells on him.
Well, not until they, break through the wall.
Yeah, but then they're going to be right there.
I feel a little worried for Boron being right next to the pillar. That's all Kari's doing.
Yep,
Yeah,
all right.
no, that's it. That's all he
Yeah,
can do.
yeah.
is
Sorry.
the dash
I was
action.
looking at something else, so I was a little
Okay.
distracted. I was double checking how certain rules work. All right, so this Norloth, seeing that yes, indeed, there are intruders in its territory, is going to rear back and with this is going to surge forward and break through the window, sort of squeezing through. It's extremely awkward, but as it kind of squeezes its way in there, that's going to prompt the prepared actions of Tuki and Boron.
Right.
So I need you two to make your attack rolls.
If a creature squeezes, I get advantage on the attack.
I'm not really familiar with squeeze rules, so I'm going to take you at your word on this.
They come rarely. They come up rarely. I mean,
To the point that when I went into the compendium here in Roll20 and typed squeeze, there was nothing. There was literally nothing in the compendium.
Yeah, I in all my years, I don't think I've ever had a large creature try to squeeze through a small hole. Huh.
A 23 will hit.
Have advantage just for hiding, so...
Yep.
correct.
All right, so a 23 hits, a 14 does not. So, Boron, as this Norloth comes breaking through with the shattering of glass, you all see its kind of yellowy reptilian face pushing through as it's dragging itself through the gap, snarling. It sort of turns to you, Boron, as you bring your long axe around and kind of clip it in the side of the chin, drawing some blood and drawing an agitated growl out of it. Tuki, you fire from your bow? Short bow? Short bow. But the arrow just kind of bounces off the keratin of its massive forehead crest. It is unbothered. And it is going to glare at you, Boron, and make a headbutt attack.
Go for it.
So that'll be a 13 to hit, so you are not hit.
Ping! He blocks it with his shield.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's like
And-
it rushes its
no.
head forward, you bring up your tower shield, and you catch it, and you kind of hold it there.
I would like to make a reaction attack, but I already used my reaction. So
Yeah, so nothing there, unfortunately. All right, so that is Narloth M. I'm just going to spend what's left of its movement to just kind of park it here so it's not intersecting with a pillar and bothering my OCD. Ludviek,
Okay.
you're up.
Okay, just for clarification, does Tuki have to roll stealth because she attacked, or is it because it was held it doesn't count?
I think since
Not
she
trying to get
fired,
out of
I think since she fired the shot, she is now revealed
correct.
until she bonus action hides again.
Okay, so it isn't if you attack, you make another stealth roll to remain stealthed.
No, you're
revealed no matter what.
you're just revealed, and then you have to go hide again.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that's how it goes here. Okay, gotcha. All right, well, good. Then I don't have to try and say, do I need to perception her to make sure she's here? Because then I can see everybody I need, because I am going to do this.
Bless! You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, its duration is up to 1 minute, so 10 rounds. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or saving throw. Cool, so it's basic group bless.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be Tuki, me, and Boron.
Cool. All
And
right.
he's just going to be like, I bless my friends and allies.
Yep. I'll give you all yellow.
You are risen and blessed.
All right. That's a lot. All right. So that is your action. You can still move if you want, or you can just leave your butt parked where you are by the skeleton. Up to you.
He is gonna move right here.
All right.
Yeah, right there. Okay.
All right. Just kind of putting your back to the altar. All right. All right. And that's your go. Which brings us to the other Narloth, which is going to, hearing the sound of its mate engaged in combat, you hear as its massive crested forehead crashes through the glass here. And it's going to rip itself sort of through in this shower of sparkling glass. Look down at you, Ludviek, as it's coming through, snarl, and it is going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
Oh shit.
Ooh, claw attacks. Okay.
So a 14 and a 17. Both miss.
And Both fists, hell yeah.
Yep, so you kind of just like, you duck the first one as it swings horizontally, and then it tries to come up with its other one in like an upward hook, and you just stand upright and like lean back and just barely manage to avoid it as it like peels through the air an inch from your face. You can kind of feel your whiskers quivering a bit as the claws come within an inch of like scoring through your face. All right, let me double check my things here. All right. Tuki, it is your go.
I'm going to shoot at the one next to Ludviek. I'll aim
All right.
so that I have
aim.
advantage.
I mean, it's already engaged with Ludviek, so you'd have advantage anyway.
No, I would just have a straight shot.
Oh,
Correct.
right. Okay.
Oh, you
can
need
do
to be from the,
sneak
you need to be
attack
from the
also.
side?
Not advantage.
No, I don't.
It's like it doesn't apply to ranged. The
I
flanking
don't
bonus?
really know, but like it's.
Well,
I
either
don't
way.
know how that all works, but yeah, total of 20 with bless.
Oh,
To my knowledge, it because it's in combat with somebody else, it still gets the same flanking
not a-
bonuses as you would a melee attack, even if it's ranged.
I don't. Is that how
I
that
don't
works?
believe so.
Boron, you're the rules guy. Tell us.
No, that is absolutely correct. Tuki can do an aimed attack, basically giving up movement
Flanking.
and bonus action and action to get advantage on a ranged attack.
Okay, but more specifically, we were asking, do you get advantage at ranged when someone else is engaging the thing, or is that like a kobold
No.
specific thing?
Oh no,
Okay,
no,
okay,
I-
that's
it's
a
not
kobold.
kobold
Okay,
specific.
okay.
It's pack tactics.
All right, okay. That's why I was
No,
confused.
it's a
I was
melee
remembering playing.
specific
I was
thing.
remembering playing a skunk, and okay.
Okay, no, if I misspoke, I meant she could get, if I remember correctly, because the target is engaged, you can get your stealth attack or flanking attack that rogues have.
Right, but-
damage bonus.
I get the sneak attack damage,
yes.
but I don't get advantage on the attack roll.
Yes, yes. Sorry,
In
I
this
misspoke
case,
there.
it doesn't
I just meant the
really
damage.
All
any
right.
difference. but-
Okay, either way, so as it stands, an 18 would miss, but as it's 20 with Bless, that will hit.
Sheesh.
Like I said, they have a high armor class. Since you kind of narrowed it down, I'll just tell you their armor class is 19. Like I said, the main thing that makes these things a big threat is that they're hard to hurt.
All right.
All right, so 7 sneak attack damage and 5 piercing damage. That is a total of points of damage.
12.
Thank you for the math. That is 12 points of damage. All right. Give me a second here. My microphone is being fucky. All right. So, you sort of as you see the second one come barreling in and start attacking the lion man, you take a sort of instinctive step back, draw another arrow, loose it, and this one you manage to sort of get it in one of its pectorals. It lets out this, rips it out, growls and roars angrily in your direction. I believe that ends your turn because you aimed, right?
Yep.
All right, Boron, 'tis to you.
Hurrah.
Do you get another 4 temp hit points, or is it just a thing that refreshes?
Unfortunately, just refreshes.
Okay, so all right, so I'll just leave that there then.
You can't add them together.
Okay.
You just take the highest one.
Okay.
Yeah. Well. Boron would like to move a little protectively towards Minnove.
All right. Call that growth.
Probably can't shove her away, can I? No. Oh well. I'll do a long axe attack against the Knolloff.
All right. All right.
That is a 23. Jeez.
That'll hit. All right.
And
7
I
slash.
am going to use my bonus action to attack with the shafts. And that is not very good.
Not
Okay.
sufficient. So you sort of bring your long axe around to this sort of sweep sort of sideways horizontal sweep, and you kind of get it like sort of like in like the side of its knee. It doesn't dig terribly deep in, but it's enough to draw some blood. The Narloth snarls and growls. You pull that out and sort of slip your hand through the straps of your shield to grab it 2 hands and crack it sort of across the jaw, and it just kind of bears it and just snarls at you. All right, hold on. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, or is that it?
No, that's it. I might take a reaction.
Okay, Minnove, you're up.
Uh-oh.
What is the kobold planning?
I'm muted. Whoopsie. So quick question: would guiding bolt be part of like an attack for like the advantage of pack tactics, or would that just be like if I was to bring out my rapier?
I don't think magic gets the advantage from pack tactics, because I think it's like physical attacks, isn't it?
If it's an attack roll, it does get it. If it's just a saving throw, no.
Okay, so if it's a ranged spell attack, then sure, yeah.
But she would get disadvantage because she's engaged with the creature.
Yes.
Cool, so it'd just be a flat roll.
Indeed.
Cool. Guiding bolt.
On which one?
Ooh.
The one right in front of me.
All right, Jesus, 17 damage?
Whoa.
17 damage!
How'd you land on that? I didn't realize guiding bolt was cool like that.
Guiding bolt is 4d6 radiant damage.
Whoa.
So it fucking is, okay.
It's still a good roll.
All right, yeah, damn, 17 radiant damage. So,
On
this
a max possible 24. Dang.
And Boron's next attack is advantage. Or whoever's
right.
attack at it next
Well,
is
so-
advantage.
Yeah.
All right, so the Narloth, as Boron is kind of trading blows with the Narloth Minnove, you kind of shake yourself, gather some energy as this golden ball of flame sort of manifests in your hand among swirls of silver light, and you push it into the Narloth, and its whole body momentarily sort of just snarls angrily at you, roars in your face. It is not a happy camper.
It wouldn't be either, to be fair.
Nope.
And I think, unless I want to risk, because if I move away, it's going to be opportunity of attack regardless.
Correct.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna risk it.
All right.
I'm gonna move out of its way. I'm gonna go. I should probably measure.
All right.
Because I'm not really
So,
counting.
as you go to start moving, it's going to take its opportunity attack to make a headbutt attack at you.
Cool.
That's a 10 to hit. God damn it, you dodged.
It did just get blinded by the light.
Yeah. So, like, as you go to start running past it, Boron sort of sees it about to snap forward like a snapping turtle and, like, just brings his shield over to just catch it and keep its attention on him, like, hey, no. And you get by just fine.
Awesome. So now, reaction's gone, and that's my turn.
All right. Kari!
Okay, so Kari is going to see that literally no one is running. Curse under his breath, and then turn around and just run back in.
Okay.
And he's going to draw his rapier and run up to this guy and vicious mockery it as he's running up towards it.
All right.
It has to make a DC 15 wisdom save, or else it will take 2 damage.
That is a 9, so it takes 2 damage.
Yes. He says something about its mother. It also has disadvantage on its next attack.
So you sort of come charging back in, point at it, insult its mother.
No, I didn't.
It sort of shakes its head a bit, glares over at you.
There we go.
I got one. Your mother's face was in the shape of a square.
Oh my gosh.
Your mother was a toenail.
Your mother was a
my
basic
gosh.
geometric shape.
So its next attack roll, it has a disadvantage.
Okay. So, I mean, you just insulted it, my guy.
Yeah.
So it's gonna start moving toward you, prompting an attack from Boron, if he wants to take it.
Correct. But I get
Oh, bless.
the blessing.
It's reminder
Yeah,
it is
it's
a
21.
You
Alright,
also
that'll
already
hit.
have advantage
And
because of guiding bolt.
Oh, that too, yeah.
All right. Damn.
Oh right.
All right. So as it goes to start charging Kari, Boron, you start bringing your long axe up and down into its back. It's not happy, but it's still gonna keep moving to Kari because you insulted its mother, and it doesn't know what that means, but it doesn't like it. So it's going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
Aha. You fool.
First with disadvantage, but
Doesn't matter
it
anyway.
doesn't hit anyway. Sheesh.
Why are they rolling so bad?
I almost want to give
They're
you
supposed
like a pity
to.
roll.
They're supposed to be getting like a. They're rolling like in the single digits. They get a +4 to their attack bonus. Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately for the creature, Kari is a trained professional on the dance floor and knows how to move his feet.
Yeah, it's like it brings one fist down, sort of right where you were, but you dodge to the side. It brings its other fist down to try and crush you on the other side, and you dodge back. And it just... It's not having fun. Ludviek, it's to you.
Remind me, are bonus actions and free actions completely separate?
I think
Or
so.
are they the
Yes.
same? Okay. Would me trying to remember things about this creature be a free check, or would that be bonus?
I'd let you do it as one free action.
I'm basically trying to remember if what I'm trying to remember is this creature stronger or is it more fortitude? Which is it more known for? Its fortitude or its strength?
Nature check.
Here we go.
So here's the way to look at it.
Man, you've
Crying
never...
is a free action.
All right, so, Ludviek, you've never met these things before. You've never heard of these things before. As far as you're concerned, you're fighting you're fighting an alien. As far as you're concerned, you're fighting a yellow xenomorph.
They're unicorns.
All right.
You have never met these things. You have no idea what the hell you're looking at, other than Boron seems remarkably competent in fighting one and is just kind of picking it apart over there.
Unicorn.
Okay. I am going to assume. Okay. All right. Well, I just reread that. So anyway, I'm not going to do that one. Instead, I'll use first my bonus action and my last spell slot to prepare Searing Smite.
All right, if you hit, that'll go off.
And oh wait, I can't. I'll lose Bless if I do that. Shit, I just realized that. Fuck. All right, then I will not.
Concentration,
Yeah,
All right,
I'll not
never
do that.
mind.
I won't. Yeah, shit. Dang it, Will, read everything. Okay, then is this also concentration? That is also concentration. I have too many things that are concentrating.
Those are basically just concentration, the spell book.
Concentration and smite. Mainly smite.
Yeah, mainly smite. All right, then I guess at this point, I'm just going to have to, I'll just keep that spell just in case there's an emergency. All right, then, I will, do a attack roll straight at this thing. All right, let's just attack this sucker right away with the hammer. And no bless is going to help that one, so I miss.
No.
Yeah, it will if you roll a 4.
Oh, it has to beat it. I thought it has to beat it.
No,
Beats it,
19
beats it.
AC.
Okay, I did. Okay, all right. Well, here we go. Let's hope it's a 4.
Yes, it is.
All right, give me your damage.
Okay.
10.
Oh,
Nice.
And you go ahead. I'll figure if I want to use a bonus action.
All right, so And as the Snarl is sort of glaring at you, snarling in your face, you bring your hammer around and kind of crunch it into like the giant sort of armored plate on its right wrist. And you can sort of feel the keratin crunching underneath as its wrist kind of flops a bit and lets out this agonized roar and shoves it off before its wrist is completely shattered. But you definitely heard it, and it does not care for you.
Well, it roars. Then... yeah, okay. Then I roar back in its face.
Okay. As a bonus action, you can let out an especially menacing roar. So that is a wisdom saving throw.
DC of the save equals 8 plus my proficiency plus strength modifier. So that is 8 plus 4 plus 2. So 8 plus 6 is 14.
Just makes it.
Yes, makes it.
So you roar in its face, and, like, you've heard it clearly, but, like, it's much bigger than you, so it's not terribly bothered. All right. That it?
That's it.
All right. It is to its turn. It's going to make 2 claw attacks at you.
These creatures are not having a good day.
Finally!
There you go. It'd be so
All
funny
right.
if I cutting worded this right now.
So, it comes in for another swipe at you that you managed to duck to the side, but unfortunately this time, it was kind of banking on that. It was kind of an outward swing with like a backhand that you kind of ducked past, kind of dodge rolling into the boss, only for it to anticipate that and its free hand to kind of swipe in and just leave this nasty series of claw marks sort of scoring up along your breastplate as you take 6 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Yep. All right. Tuki, it's to you.
Same thing, gonna and shoot the one fighting Ludviek.
All right. $19 hits.
Exactly.
19.
19.
Nice.
Jeebus. All right.
That's like
So-
max damage almost.
It's close, certainly.
Yeah.
So, you fire off another arrow, and this time you manage to like get it like right under its collarbone, puncturing through to get at the lung underneath, and like it rips it out. There's a little spray of blood against the floor. It's not happy. You staying put?
I aimed, so
Okay.
that was
Boron
everything.
is to you.
Okay. If he doesn't want to stay close to me, I will have to stay close to him. I'm moving up to him and attacking him from a flanking position.
All right.
And
So you get advantage.
Long-
That's a natural 20. That is a critical hit.
very nice.
Impressive.
Okay. I'm not sure I can.
I was worried that I had overtuned this fight.
To be fair, the dice are being very friendly today.
Not to me.
Well, yeah, but you're the DM.
All right, that's 12 points of damage.
12 points plus the additional d6 from the crits. That's a 17.
Jesus, all right. So,
And the shaft. Yes.
all right, that'll hit.
And that's another 10 points of damage.
All right. So, it's looking really rough as you sort of leave, like, as it's sort of harassing Kari, you sort of vault over the back of that pew, and as you're coming down, bring your long axe down onto the back of its tail, right at the base, and just cut the whole thing off. Sort of spins to face you and just face plants into the butt end of your long axe's shaft, causing it to stagger back a step with just this crunch in its faceplate. It's looking really rough, and with its tail cut off, it is losing a lot of blood. It's not quite
right.
dead, but it is really close. Minnove, 'tis to you.
Minove's gonna take out her rapier, and she's gonna run up, and she's gonna stab it, and kind of like do a whole thing of like where she's trying to run past, like almost do like a run past it to get over.
A drive-by stabbing, gotcha.
A drive-by stabbing, because she's trying to get over here, but she's like, might as well just try.
All right, give me that attack roll.
You can tell she grew up in a bad neighborhood.
Attack roll.
All right, 10 points of damage.
Hits.
All right, so
Oh, I think I get advantage on it too. You try it.
Correct.
just want to check for critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well either way,
Not critical, but
still, that's 10 points of damage. So as you go rushing by this Narloth, you kind of turn your rapier and thrust it up sort of into like the underside of its chin as you're running by. Kind of like, actually here, you sort of run up because like it spun to face Boron, and you give it like a quick little jab into basically like into its butt, causing it to like spin toward you to roar in your face. And as it's doing that, you just thrust your rapier up into the roof of its mouth and into its brain, and it just drops. So I will just red X the male Narloth and remove it from the turn order, because that is a dead creature.
And Minnove just continues going.
All right.
And
All
she's
right.
gonna Bardic Inspiration Ludviek.
All right, Ludviek has Bardic Inspiration. Kari, you're up.
Okay. Kari is...
I will say that the Narloth's corpse is not traversable. It's big enough that, like, you can't just walk through it. You gotta go around. Or climb over, but that might necessitate a roll, and either way it would count as difficult terrain, because it is such a weird-shaped corpse.
So you... Damn it, I can't do anything then. I can get, like, right here.
Right where?
Oh, it didn't ping. Wait. Because then I gotta... Oh, wait, actually, that changes nothing. Since he can already just go on the diagonal. It's gonna go right there.
All right.
And then Vicious Mockery this one.
All right.
Except, it's going to be like... He's gonna be insulting the fact that the other one's dead.
Your boyfriend just died. How does that make you feel?
What are you gonna feel when there's like a nest or something?
All right. So, it suffers only 1 point of psychic damage, as you kind of communicate to through this vicious mockery that its mate has perished. And it gives you that sort of glare as you see like a little trickle of blood coming out of its nose. And you suddenly get the impression, Kari, that that vicious mockery might only be acting as an equalizer.
Okay.
Oh.
For it is filled with fury as its eyes drift past you and settle on the corpse of its mate.
Okay.
See, I figured there was going to be a rage mechanic involved.
All right, I believe that's your turn.
Yeah.
All right, Ludviek, you're up, Lion Man.
Hello?
Well, he is muted.
Oh no.
Sorry, forgot about that. Okay, I was saying, just to make sure, yes, if I move here, I won't proc attack of opportunity, will I?
No.
Not really.
But I'll be standing on top of the bench. Probably a bad idea. You know what? Movement in this area might be a bad idea to begin with, because
Difficult terrain, yeah.
Yeah. Does that just mean less movement, or does that mean chance of...
It halves your movement.
Yeah, it's like every square you move through costs 10 feet instead of 5.
All right, you know what? Oh, okay, well then I still have enough space, so I will move there. Okay, I thought it meant like I have a chance of tripping. Okay, no, I'm just gonna make sure, Kari doesn't become pulverized. So, move there, and then attack.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, 20 will hit.
And...
We're rolling soon, well.
Right?
That and,
It's infuriating.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that'll be it. Nothing else.
All right.
Just do the attack.
All right, so as you sort of get between it and the one who just mocked it for the death of its beloved and sort of basically pimp slap it with the back end of your hammer across the face, it's going to let out a furious roar and rush in. It's going to make claw attacks at you, the first of which will be just a flat roll because it's an rage mechanic, so advantage on its attacks, but also vicious mockery, so disadvantage, so just a flat roll.
You're welcome.
That will be a 15. That is a miss. Its second attack will be made at advantage. That is a natural 20.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ooh.
For a total
I
of
like how
6.
it got a natural 20 and a natural 1.
So that is 16 points of damage to you, Ludviek. As it swings sort of over you, and you sort of manage to catch the worst of it with your shield. But then as it's sort of glaring down at you, it brings its other claw around faster than you were expecting, and it crunches into your side, and you feel bone breaking under your armor. Some blood flies out of your mouth as you're picked up off your feet, and it just kind of just bodily shoves you off to one side. I'm just going to move you 5 feet over here as flavor.
And you have to make a Constitution saving throw for your.
I do.
Right, yeah. The DC is either 10 or half the damage taken, whichever is higher, right?
Yeah.
It'd be 10 at this point, yeah. All right, here we go. No.
All right, so you
There
lose
goes Bless.
Bless.
You do get the 1d4 bonus, though, as it's a saving throw.
Oh,
You also have
25.
Bardic Inspiration as well.
right.
True.
So, okay.
So you have a chance
Okay.
to keep it. You can pump those if you want.
Yeah, okay, we'll pump the first D4. Guess we're
Brings
going
it
to
up
pump the
to-
next one.
All right, so
Yes.
you blow those buffs, but you manage to maintain your bless. Your concentration sort of falters for a second as you're sort of picking yourself back up after just getting manhandled like that. But after a second, your brain sort of reticulates and is like, no, hold that. This thing is tough and it's even more dangerous now. You need to hold that. And you manage to just concentrate, focus, and maintain that concentration. And the Narloth is going to finish its turn by taking a movement to just stomp on the pew, separating it from Kari as it gets into melee range. That ends its turn. Tuki, you're up.
Aiming?
All right. 21 hits. Give me damage.
Dang.
17. Rogues, man. So that's 17 damage in total. As you fire an arrow into the back of its neck, it sags forward a step, but the adrenaline, the fury keeps it going as it lifts its head and just glowers just furiously. This thing is clearly intent on going down fighting. All right, so you aimed, so that's your turn. Boron, you're up.
I have to move again.
Yes.
Just 15.
Okay, now I can only go here, basically. Okay. Boron is gonna charge in and attack.
Okay.
Would have guessed.
Yeah.
Long eggs. That is not enough.
Nope. So you,
However, I use my bless since it's still active. That's only 13. Damn it.
Yep, nope.
I don't think I will be able to get it even with a precision attack. I might be. I'm gonna use my precision attack.
All right.
So I roll another 1d8 from my Battle Master
All right.
and add it to the attack. And that is not enough.
Oh.
Sorry. So,
Oh well.
so you come charging in as you see this thing. It's clearly like in really rough shape. You bring your axe up and forward, but like it manages to lift up one of its things to like bash aside the attack, roars at you in frustrated defiance.
Bonus action.
Another
Shaft
attack.
attack.
Nope. It is not having it. It is not having it. It's adrenaline rush.
Action surge. Again.
All right, go for it, fighter.
Oh man. Okay. Another 1d4 16, and I'm gonna act my precision attack. I wanna hit it.
Yeah, there you go. That just hits it.
19 exactly.
All right, give me damage.
So much resources for one hit.
Then he's gonna roll 2.
I think he did.
Yeah, I did.
He rolled a 2. All right. So, like, this thing is frustratingly defiant as you swing at it time after time after time before finally you manage to bring your long axe sword and just like leave this nasty gash sort of along the side of its face, taking out one of its eyes. It roars in defiance. It's not quite dead yet, but damn is it close. All right,
Okay.
Minnove, it is to you.
Now here's the question. Should I just put it to sleep, or should we just say, fuck it?
Fuck it.
But do you really want to put it to sleep and then leave it like horrifically wounded and half blinded in the middle of the woods with its dead mate?
Keep in mind, our job is to clear this place of all hostiles, so...
Put it out of its misery.
Alright. But I was gonna, run up. And it's just gonna stab it. She's gonna be like, R.I.P. girly.
All right. You have advantage because Koboldic pack tactics. 20 hits, 10 damage hits. That'll be sufficient. Claim your victory. Tell me how you kill her.
Minnove runs up, looks at how bloodied and bruised and absolutely fucked up she is, and she's like, there's a sense of remorse in it as she runs up, and she just kind of puts her she jumps up, like I'm assuming she comes off of like over here, over where she was, jumps up onto the pew and jumps off to stab her in the eyeball that she had lost. So she like drills it deeper, her rapier right through the missing eye.
All right. So, as your rapier blade punctures through the already mangled flesh and sinks inside the cranium, the Narloth, the female, it twitches, spasms, rides for a second with one more defiant roar, as if even with steel invading and shredding its gray matter, it is desperately trying to just hold on to this defiant act of resistance. But it doesn't hold for long, and after a second, it falls still, twitches, and falls to the floor. Impulsive, do not.
Huh?
I could sense you reaching for that Final Fantasy victory jingle.
I wasn't going to do that again.
I could. Look, man, you've already done the TARDIS door once. I had to be sure.
Minnove is going to unsheath her rapier from the eye, and just kind of like whip it down, like just like doing it like a little a blood.
Yeah.
As she's gonna walk away and like crawl up the pew again and walk away.
All right. So the Narloths are fallen, posing much less of a threat than I wanted them to.
To be fair, they were scary.
To be fair, a lot of us blew a lot of our spell slots too.
Yeah.
The only person here who got hurt was Ludviek.
To be fair, he got hurt pretty good.
Look at Ludviek.
And their attack bonus is relatively small.
It was like based off of a
Plus
proficiency.
4.
It was based off of their proficiency bonus plus their strength bonus. Their highest stat was their constitution.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll take that under consideration. In the future, don't self-nerf the things I create and trust these motherfuckers to find a way to trivialize it. I'm just gonna move the corpses out of the way. We don't need them anymore.
But the corpses, we're probably not going to be able to move.
No, certainly not.
Actually.
They're just gonna be there.
Do I know if like there's anything valuable you can get off these kinds of creatures? Wait,
You
You didn't know they
I rolled an
existed
H1. I don't know
5
shit.
minutes ago.
yeah, I'm just gonna say no. You don't know what these things are. You've never met them before. This is a new encounter, and it ended in violence.
Ludviek turns to Slay. He says, "All right then. Good work. Anyone know if these anything about these creatures is valuable?"
Look pretty beat
I'm
up.
gonna roll nature.
All right, go ahead and roll it there. All right, 22
As
from you,
usual.
Kari. All right, 22 from you, Kari. So, you know that Narloths, like, their keratin can be kind of useful in some situations, but it's very difficult to work with. So the main thing you could feasibly get from them is their meat, their muscle, because like it's very thick, it's very dense. These are very muscly creatures, so even a small amount of their flesh can make for a very filling meal if properly prepared. It just, you gotta be prepared to chew it a bit and spend a while cooking it so you can get it all the way through. Usually
Kraven
cooking
don't
these
have
things.
teeth.
Yeah, no.
Alright.
Like, Kraven wouldn't get much value out of this because it would be just a little... You'd have to, like, chop it up into tiny bits and just tilt your head back to just swallow small pieces.
But you'd have to get through the keratin first. Be like cracking a crab.
The keratin is mostly on the head and the massive sort of plates that come off the back of the wrists. The rest of their bodies are, like, covered in a scaly hide, but while that scaly hide is tough, it's not impossible to cut through if you devote some time to it.
Alright.
To answer your question, they can be a highly nutritious if incredibly chewy source of meat.
Well then, I'm going to take a rest. And waste not want that. Tuki, may I borrow a dagger of yours?
Sure.
Kari is actually going to use Healing Word on Ludviek at
Ludviek is
level
gonna.
1.
Well, Ludviek is gonna as he holds up his ringstone, he's gonna say, "Do not pay any mind, Kari. I will be fine with a bit of time. There's no need for that."
Kari is going to ignore him and give him the 7 hit points.
All right.
Ludviek, you have broken bones. You can't nap that off.
It's not broken. It's just sprained. Nothing a good reshuffling won't work.
Ludviek,
So that bone sound that you just heard was your bones snapping back into place as Kari worked his magic.
Ow.
Ludviek, take it from me. I know what bone snapping sounds like.
That is
Your
depressing.
bones snap a lot lighter.
Yes, that means I've heard it more frequently than any of you.
All right. Thank you, Kari, very much.
you're welcome.
Okay, so how much? How do you want to? Basically, he wants to gather as much meat off these suckers as possible. He can carry quite a bit.
I mean, it depends on how much time you want to spend on it. You've already got some river drake meat, so...
I know. Which 12 pounds. I think we agreed on last time.
So some amount of meat. I mean, if you want to spend some time, there's not a scavenge skill in this game. I don't think so.
You can
it
just
should be done under
Just do a survival check.
survival. Yeah.
All right, survival. All right, you'll find out in time what all my plans are for all this.
All right,
Now I'm scared.
19. Okay, yeah. So Ludviek is going to be busy with that for a little while. But so I'll say 10 minutes or so spent kind of peeling back some of the layers, and you get a few sort of choice cuts of meat from a few different parts of the Narloths. You kind of get some like a big slab of pectoral meat. It's basically just a giant, vaguely square-shaped already. Kind of take a cut of tail, I guess. So you get some cuts of Narloth meat.
That tail, ooh, that'd be a good one. Yes.
A giant cylinder.
How much would you say? 5 pounds, 10 pounds? I mean,
47.
I mean, I could carry at least. I mean, if we're going by weight and distribution here, I can carry at least.
I'm not worried about.
100
I'm not really worried about the weight encumbrance mechanic at all. So, just say you have a few cuts of meat. I'm not worried about the poundage.
Okay. All right. Few cuts. All right. I'm just gonna say few cuts. It usually be about 5, so we'll do 5. Bada boom.
Sure.
Good. Excellent.
one
While
cut for
Ludviek
everyone.
is doing that, I'm gonna examine the holes that these creatures made when they got through here.
Sure.
And maybe can I climb outside from here?
Yeah, easily. Sort of clambering through the window. You step out into what appears to be sort of a fenced-in courtyard, almost. It almost looks more like a designated outdoor activity space. This is a large structure, and most of it is an interior space, but there's this. It's a big, sort of beautiful external garden space.
Okay.
And at the far end of it, sort of fenced in, sort of these high, sort of long, sort of partially eroded, sort of iron poles. At the far southern end, you see another massive tree, roots spreading out from the ground. Looks to be of the same type as the one from the larger chamber, though this one might be a little younger. Though not necessarily by a lot. Given its central placement, it appears to be deliberate. Maybe
it
a
was
cut.
Completely enclosed here? How did these creatures exist here?
Well, I mean, there was the front door. As for the Narloths, I will say that though the fence on the map is fully enclosed, I will say that there are places where it's broken down and eroded and kind of crushed up. So you see also just sort of, I'll give it this to you without a perception check. You see sort of just sort of under the sort of at the base of the tree. You don't see any young, you don't see any eggs, but you do see what was the beginnings of a nest. They were getting ready to procreate, but hadn't quite gotten around to it yet when you showed up.
That was my fear, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
There are no babies, but there were going to be.
Right.
You kind of interrupted things, so I don't know if that makes it better in your estimation.
Not really, but I'm gonna clamber back inside.
All right. So give me just a second here, because there's
we missed out on omelets.
All right. So.
I think while Ludviek's doing all of that, Tuki would just spend a little more time looking at the skeleton.
All right.
With noticing that there are bones missing, and just because of the statue out front, she's just going to give in to some curiosity and see if this Kraven might have had wings.
Make a medicine check.
Let me just turn off advantage. Not gonna be great.
So, looking the skeleton over, you're not necessarily an expert in the physiology or morphology of skeletons, not even your own kinds. There aren't any wings on this Kraven.
I didn't think so because I figured you would have said, but she's just seeing if there might be some evidence that they might be missing, like that femur.
Actually, there is one other thing Kari did want to check out on that. That
Alright.
is a very important question. Thank you for reminding me, Tuki. What should I roll to see to try to tell if the skeleton is significantly younger than the building? Like, has this been here rotting the entire time, or is this just, like, more recent?
How long has the skeleton been here, basically?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you'd roll for that. I would say make a investigation?
Haha.
You also have your bardic inspiration, Kari, that you can probably
Ah.
use that you haven't used
What's
yet.
the die again for
6.
that? I'm gonna use that for the big number.
Big number.
16.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that there was virtually no chance you were going to hit the DC I set for that in my head. Just with the time scales we're operating on here, you have absolutely no means at your disposal of determining relatively when this skeleton died compared to everything else. The only real clue you have is that it is entangled in the roots. So if nothing else, the skeleton was here before the roots were here. But that doesn't necessarily tell you much. After all, trees can die and then new ones grow in their stead, so... The skeleton might have played host to 1,000 different generations of roots at this point. You have no way of knowing.
Well,
All
I
right.
don't think there's much more in this room. And we still have a whole temple or monastery or church or whatever the hell this place is.
We might
I,
give Ludviek a bit of time with his wounds.
I would like to examine the altars further, but yes, once I finish this, I will do that. Mostly that basin and the sort of domed shape to this altar. I don't know, maybe one of you can have a look at it and see if you can find anything. Perhaps, I don't know, I have a feeling that maybe this altar... What if it opens? Just a little thought.
I have a strange question, Skitch.
Shoot.
Considering the big brain attack, what's the possibility of any lingering, like, information from whatever that was? Just so if they did start exploring the altar.
Do you mean like if any information was imparted to you about this place when you touched the crystal?
Yeah.
Probably not. The information that just invaded your mind was fragmented, broken, disjointed. You couldn't make heads or tails out of any of it. Half of it was gibberish and all of it was just noise.
Okay.
So,
Just wondering.
like, the only, like, I'll go ahead and just make for me just a flat wisdom roll.
If it'll let me switch over.
$13. I'll say, looking at the altar, it kind of goes without saying that all of this was, to some extent, important to those who made it. You just get a vibe of, like, decline, almost. Like, just this emotional sensation of, like, just, what a shame that something so upheld and highly revered at one point just slowly drifted out of favor. But that's the only real vibe you can get, and you have no words to attach to it, just a feeling.
Okay.
Like impersonal disappointment.
Damn.
I think Ludviek, however, made a good point. Is it possible that this thing opened at one point?
I mean, you can make an investigation check if you like to see if you can suss that out.
Would love to, since that's something I'm actually supposed to be good at.
All right, roll it. If Boron's help
you.
Yeah, if Boron's helping you, you'll get advantage. 17. All right. You sort of look it over, and you eventually come to the conclusion, no, this altar did not open.
Okay. Could have been some sort of sarcophagus or something. I just thought, but okay.
It appears like it just had an interesting shape.
This is this a basin? Is it a bowl? Is it just
It's a bowl.
solid
It's a
rock?
it's a bowl. It's you know how like some churches will have like donation bowls?
Okay.
It's kind of like that, but it's very elaborate and built into the altar. Like, you would know this. You've sort of done enough traveling, and like it kind of puts you in mind of like the old tribe you used to run with before you joined up with the Sunists. Is there's this practice some religions have where they'll make offerings to their deities in exchange for, for favors or aid or what have you. Whatever deity this was revering, this bowl was probably a place where those offerings were made. It's not unlike how, for funeral rites back with your old tribe, you would cast things of personal value to the departed into a roaring bonfire to turn it to ashes that would join their spirits in the wind, and thus appease them and prevent them from then turning into more wind demons for your future generations to have to fight.
Okay. All
But
right.
as for what that deity might be, you have no idea.
Well, okay. All right. So so just putting into my head from what I saw of that little crystal that Kari found, it does not look like that crystal would slot into that bowl or anything, because it
Nope.
No.
Not even
Okay.
remotely. The bowl is just a bowl. There's no like recesses or indents. The light's kind of playing funny with it, but it's just a bowl. A big stone bowl.
Alrighty. And
All right.
Shall we continue on with our little tour?
Sure.
Sure.
I would say that would be for best.
All right. Minnove's gonna walk out to the hallway again.
All right. Where would you like to go next, people? You still got plenty of stuff to explore.
I'm gonna go up because I'm just gonna try and finish this up here.
All right.
I feel like that.
Makes sense.
Sure. Popping open that door, as you sort of expect, it connects up to the hallway outside.
Exciting. And then she goes all the way up.
All right.
There's more. An opening. Okay.
If I recall, there are 2 doorways that lead into the space next to this hallway.
All right, so Minnove is kind of going around to tell me where you're going, guys. Don't just move your tokens around. I can't do very good narration if you're just jumping
Kari's
around.
going to
Ludviek is going to follow Minnove. He's just following Minnove at this point.
All right, party's splitting up. Wise.
Kari's going to the door that's right there that doesn't lead down a hall as far as he's aware.
All right. We'll do Minnove and Ludviek first then. Because Kari's
So
already,
Minnove's going-
because Kari got a lot of exposition time earlier, so.
Mm-hmm.
So Minnove's going up and around, just trying to like finish mapping out the main area that they first walked into, I guess.
All right, so you opening this door then?
Yeah.
All right. Popping it open, you kind of get a sort of a puff of air as you look into what you can only describe as probably a storage room. Given its adjacency to the kitchen you explored earlier, maybe a food storage room, a pantry. You see numerous, it's not necessarily well represented here, but again, more jars and large urns and pots and things, and several more traditional looking crates that are starting to break down with wood rot and mildew and things, but still, like everything else in here, just remarkably well preserved. You get the impression that the stonework that kept everything in here safe only really started to break away and fail in the deeper areas recently, relatively speaking. So, why did it undo? So, you have a room full of containers.
All right.
No's not going to pay much more attention to it and just kind of like look back to Ludviek. Well, just a storage room.
There is another door directly behind you.
Yeah. Gonna go to that door now.
All right. We'll come back to you on that in a second. For now, let's look at what Kari and Tuki are looking at. So.
A door.
Yep, Kari, pushing open this door, you're kind of hit with a sensation of deja vu, as it looks like another communal gathering space, but far less opulent and extravagant when compared to the central one. If the central one was like a massive, like, just a communal hangout space, this feels more, not intimate, but informal. You see a door at the far southern end, and another door over to the right that you understand leads out to the big outdoor clearing that the Narloths were nesting in.
Well, in that case, I guess he's just going to walk into the center of the room and just do like a quick perception scan for anything interesting.
Sure, roll it.
Jeez, he's on top of everything today. What the heck?
Yeah, 21. Looking around, you do see some more of those sort of decorative murals sort of etched into the walls, but again, they've sort of eroded to a largely illegible degree with time. But you see just sort of in the corner, sort of over here, against that wall, what looks less like deliberate mural engravings and almost more like graffiti scratched into the stone.
I need to check something. How long have we been in here so far?
Long enough that your comprehend languages from earlier would have ended, because I am saying that you did take a short rest over on those steps for your food. So,
okay.
Or at least the equivalent amount of time of a short rest, so you don't have comprehend languages up anymore.
Okay. Well, we're gonna use it again.
All right.
And we're gonna touch the graffiti.
All right. So, you mumble a few words in the magic tongue, gently put your hand to the wall, and parse the intended meaning of the words. It's somewhat muddied. Again, the words have kind of smoothed with time, but the general gist of what you get, sort of communicated into your mind, is a sort of half-deranged lamentation. Basically saying something to the effect of, "The madness will claim me before they do, and I'm not certain that that is preferable."
Kari's going to look over his shoulder and say, I guess he's going to say in the whistle tongue. It was just like, Tuki, what are you doing back there? Are you going to come in?
All right.
Didn't look all that interesting.
No, you followed me.
Well, I didn't think anybody should be by themselves.
I see. He's going to take another rubbing of this message. And then on the other side, he's going to write down basically what you just said in the common tongue.
All right. I'm just typing it in chat.
Right.
Just to prove me wrong later.
About what?
You said you're writing down what I said?
No,
I was
no.
writing down the rubbing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He took a rubbing of the graffiti and then he turned the page around and then wrote down.
Gotcha. I misunderstood.
Translate. No, you're good. And then just go to that door.
All right. Since I seem to have just turned this into ping pong, as you go to open up that door, I'll scroll
Makes
back
sense.
up to Minnove. You push open this door, and you are greeted to, if the previous room was a pantry, this is the complete storage cellar. There's a stale smell that hits you as your eyes take in almost a warehouse-like space. The roof is at the same height, but you just see rows upon rows of shelves, many of which are loaded down with more jars and pots, some with just broken down and decayed bits of things and nothing. You see crates and barrels and other forms of storage scattered along the walls with a organizational pattern that is deliberate but unknown to you. Several of them have been haphazardly pried open and then left exposed, leaving the contents within to fester and erode and decay in open air, leaving some of the floor stained and marked and besmirched with, stains, as I said. A lot of moss grows in the very center of the room, where a network of roots punctures up through. You see what you can only imagine would be like the equivalent of like an entryway for a horse-drawn wagon, or at least something of that equivalent at the northern wall, overgrown with a tree just rising up where it had been. It is a full space of just stuff.
Well, if something's in somewhere, something might be in here. Possibly.
I
It's
think
gonna
if we are going to explore this room, it might be a full team in job. There is far too much here
Yeah.
for just two of us.
Most definitely. Can I make a quick perception or like at least a quick look to see if there's anything that immediately catches my eye?
Sure, roll it.
I'll do a quick check too.
Nope.
All right, so 23 from Ludviek. Looking around, you get the impression that a lot of the things that were in this room were probably just the basic necessities and other, like, leftovers or backup materials that would be used for a wide variety of circumstances. The room you just left was food storage. This is the storage of many other materials. Food supplies probably would have rolled in through the doors at the north that you see, and then would thence be delivered to the pantry space through the door you just came through. But the rest of this is just mundane things.
Oh.
You see, like, one of the shelves is just being used as, like, a rack for stairs, or not stairs, chairs, many of which have crumbled into ruin at this point. You see one crate sort of prying it open is just filled with what appear to be, like, long rusted and no longer usable tools.
Well, interesting. Let's go see the others. Minnove will walk back through the door and go back right around and try and go back to the room where they left Kari and Tuki.
Sure.
You said these doors up here were impassable, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You'd need to pull off
the
some
roots.
pretty damn impressive butt wiggling to get through that. It's completely overgrown.
Alright.
While
Can
these
I see
guys
past
are
it by
doing
chance or
that.
no?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you were doing something, Boron?
Yeah, I was like, this is an open space basically to the outside here as well.
Kinda, like,
seems.
the walls caved in a few places, allowing you to kind of see out. It's not, like, traversable. It's more just to indicate that, like, hey, you can kind of see through here.
Okay.
It's
then,
not necessarily like it's not like easily traversable, but like if you wanted to get funky with it, maybe you could, but like I wouldn't advise
I'll
it.
I'll take a good look outside and see if I can see anything dangerous.
You just barely make out the rushing of the river whose currents you followed to get here.
All right.
I'm so fucking proud of this map. I'm so happy with it.
Zoom out. Yeah, I'm liking
Very pretty.
I spent so much goddamn time on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a map.
Yes, correct.
It's
It
a good
is.
one.
It's a map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map. Anyway, before I get copyright claimed.
Right.
Time for the DMCA takedown of this for that.
It was a fan cover. It's protected by fair use. Anyway. Alright, so... wasn't even completed. Alright, so I'll say that since these two searches were happening more or less at the same time, Minnove and everyone else sort of catches up with Tuki and Kari at around the time Kari is pushing open this next door. So, pushing open this door... And it isn't initially all that interesting for you to behold as you push it open. It's just another really long hallway until you notice the abundance of doors, evenly spaced, hugging the wall across from you. And the fact that the corridor wraps around to the south on the side.
Minnow's gonna walk up behind Kari and go, "Hello."
Hello.
No, and scare you.
Looks a bit like barracks to me.
No, you weren't even trying to be quiet.
Good news.
I am-
We found the pantry. And also storage. Many boxes to look through.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
We can save that for later.
Yes.
So, you have a long line of walls sort of hugging or doors rather, hugging the wall in front of you and the curve around.
Well, Boron mentioned.
Does anyone know thaumaturgy and could just open them all at the same time?
I have prestidigitation.
That's
That
not
doesn't open
thaumaturgy.
doors.
You- Go ahead.
All right, everyone, pick a door. Be here.
All right.
Ludviek holds up his hand, says, wait a second. It's like, wait a second. And, hey, Skij, did we agree on what I could sense aside from, because undead doesn't exist?
We never got around to that. I'll say you can use it just as a provisional temporary thing until we can properly discuss it. I'll say you can use it to detect monstrosities, beasts, or plants.
Yeah, it's this one. Here we are. Yeah.
Yeah, divine sense.
All right. So I'd like to proc one of those using my 1 of 4, and just sense it right there at 60 feet. All right. There we go.
You detect a handful of very small beast signatures. Very small.
Ludviek says the other holds up his hand. It's like, I was able to sense something. Some monsters are nearby, but they are quite small. Keep on your toes. There could be things hiding in these rooms.
Like rats.
Rats, or bigger.
Alright.
Could be something to keep an eye out for.
Alright, well.
Last thing we want is them taking out your ankles.
Not my ankles. I walk on those.
Exactly.
You walk.
Alright,
Well,
so...
it looks like barracks to me here. These are probably small living rooms.
Alright.
Something gave me the feeling this wasn't military.
Oh, for fair warning also, Sketch, I don't know if you read that there, but it also says that I should be able to locate anything any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. So, did any of that happen by chance, or no?
I mean, desecration implies deliberate, right?
Yeah, deliberate. Like, so someone went up to an altar and shat on it.
I'll say this is less from your divine sense and more just in general. This place hasn't been deliberately desecrated by, heretical behavior. It's more that it's just been desecrated in the sense of abandonment. This place was clearly important to someone once. It would, they had the big statue in the church room. It was of significance once, and now it's just overgrown and abandoned. So in that sense, it would qualify as being desecrated, but not deliberately or with malice, just by the inexorable passage of time and its merciless whims.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. So everyone is just picking a door?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say Boron was pretty much right on the money as you all kind of count down and open the doors at the same time. You're all greeted to a largely, almost eerily uniform sight. You are greeted to each room is housed to what appears to be a small dining table, a small desk, a chest that could potentially be used to house personal belongings, and 2 largely eroded and moth-eaten bed frames at this point. So this will let me reveal these as I wish to.
Oh, cute.
It's starting to remind me of my RimWorld playthroughs.
I wonder how effective this place would be as a RimWorld map now that you mention it. Just with the
We got
layout.
Kitchen, storeroom, major storeroom, gathering area, religion. Yeah. Actually, probably decent. I mean, there's a few workshops in here. Who knows?
Right.
Would there be anything in, I guess, if I was to check the chest in this room, there be anything specific in there? Or just empty?
Walking up to the chest and popping it open, you see a little spider huddled in the corner.
Minnove shrieks.
Oh, shit. Boron rushes over.
No, so you rush.
Hands.
So yeah, you rush over and you just see Minnove just perched on the edge of one of the beds, on all fours, back arched like a startled cat, just perched on a bedpost and just pointing.
Okay.
It's not natural. It's got 8 legs, eight legs, and hundreds of eyes. Not fucking natural.
You and Neothil would get along so well. Only one person here is going to get that fucking joke.
I sure do.
Too many eyes. It's got too many legs. Too many eyes. It's not right. Ah! Neothil uses her limit break on the spiders.
Oh my god.
It was a waste of destiny points, but it was hilarious. Hilarious. All right, continue.
Now I'm
Minnove's
gonna
gonna-
look through the chests if there's anything else in there, but the spider.
It looks like at one point these might have just been used to house personal belongings and were probably... this whole place kind of gives off an air of it was left in an orderly fashion the more you kind of explore it, because you don't see many signs of chaos or disarray. Everything is just kind of left where it would have been used. So, and all of these chests are emptied of personal effects. So
okay.
if whoever lived here, whoever occupied these rooms, when they left, they took their things with them.
So it wasn't they suddenly vanished. They left with intention.
I mean, either they suddenly vanished in the middle of things and it was such a sudden vanishment that nothing had a chance to become chaotic, or they just quietly and orderly left, just a controlled evacuation. You have no way of knowing for sure.
Ludviek comes over to Boron and says, is everything alright?
Yeah. Spider.
Ah, that must
Not
have been the
even the big
creatures I
kind.
found then.
I would rather. Oh, fucking spider. Ugh.
She's turned Australian.
I'm gonna walk out the door and she's like, I'm not. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, there are more
all
rooms
5
to
of
check.
these rooms, there's nothing really.
I'll save you some time. If you want to do like a full sort of search of these quarters, it would take you a little while, but eventually you would confirm that there's not really anything of value to you necessarily in these quarters.
Whoa.
But
Oh my god.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
only thing of note is
Thank
that
you.
one of them is like completely filled in with like roots over here. Just completely overgrown and everything inside is destroyed. But
Yeah,
all the
take
rest
your
of them
time,
are
go
in,
through each one.
But yeah, like the rest of them are largely in fairly good condition and same like every verse same as the first. They've all been just cleanly cleaned out.
Ludviek go. Ludviek?
I'm currently under a bird.
Which one?
Kari,
Yes.
thank you.
What? Huh?
It's the slow moving for me.
What just happened?
When you need to get a better view at something, standing on my neck is not a good one. Ah,
All right.
Well, I mean, I asked you, so.
you asked
only-
as you already were.
I guess there's only one last real place that we haven't really checked. And those are the doors to the east. West.
To the big double doors! Da-da-da-da-da!
Indeed. So, navigating through the corridors of these old ruins. Am I, like, crackling at all to you guys? Does my voice come through okay?
No, you're
Okay,
good.
great.
Okay,
Perfect.
just making sure. My mouse is kind of acting funky. It usually means that something's going wrong with my lag thing. So finally, you come to these larger double doors you had encountered earlier and just kind of ignored. Kind of dust yourselves off and push open the door. And to those of you who are literarily inclined, you feel momentarily a grand sense of wonder and excitement, immediately followed up with and punctuated by a feeling of profound disappointment as you gaze upon a grand library that already, just at a glance, you are confident there is nothing left here that is readable. You can see alcoves nestled in the far corners with reading desks and tables settled around them. You can see like an entire line down the center of the space just beyond the desk that sits directly in front of you, where there are more studying tables between the shelves. There are many shelves. They are oriented incorrectly on this map because I didn't catch that until it was exported and didn't know how to fix it. So the shelves are supposed to be rotated 90 degrees the other direction. But it's okay. Why are you rolling rapier damage?
I'm rolling to attack God.
No. Stop it.
DC of 55. Good luck.
So I have a 1 in 20. I have a 1 in 20 chance of hitting him.
No.
55.
Yeah, critical hit.
No, that's not how this works. My armor class is my home address. If you want to hit me, you
Yeah.
have to come here.
Okay.
All right, come on.
Oh wow, he left. Better get running.
All right, bye, Kari. Anyway, so, but yes, it is a hi, welcome back. Back to the narration. It is a
Yes.
it is a grand and beautiful archive, library, study hall, left to ruination by the whims of nature that have overtaken it. You can see more windows sort of along the walls in all of those alcoves, letting in beautiful shafts of sunlight, long shattered and broken in by the roots that encroach. You can only imagine what reservoirs of knowledge might have once resided here before the parchments were scoured by mold and mildew, and anything else might have been absconded with by crows or other birds that might have taken an interest in the parchments or the shinies. You can see, like, there are remnants of books on some of the shelves, but pulling one off and opening it up in the hope that there might be something left, you don't see a single word that is legible. It's all just ink smears and smudges.
No, don't you have something that can repair books?
Huh?
You have a spell called the Mend spell. Do you have that?
I do not have bend.
Skidge, you have fallen right into my trap.
What?
For you see, what was written on these pages is still legible, for while the ink may be smeared, there's still the imprint of the writing device that was left upon them. You can never truly erase what was put onto the page.
Is that written into the spell effect? Because if it ain't, that ain't gonna pass muster with me.
How do you think this works in real life? We don't have magic in real life. This is literally how we fix things.
He's saying that because the words may be smudged by the ink, the original indent in the paper should still be there. But I'm not sure with all the humidity that will be still true, because the paper will have bowed and breathed since then.
Yeah.
I say is we take as much books as we can and just take it to somebody who can mend them.
The sheer amount of actual real life frustration I feel is so. I'm afraid I would. Wow. What's the point of even having the books here? Is it literally just to torture me specifically? Is this the price of my own personal real life hubris?
The point of the libraries being here on this map is that it serves the function of the location from before it fell into ruin.
But why
That's
are the
why.
books still here?
I mean,
I'm just imagining Kari is looking up at the ceiling and cursing all the gods.
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah, kinda. Like, there's not many. There's like maybe a couple of them, but yeah, they're too badly damaged to be at all useful at this point.
Wow.
I just take like anything in the room itself.
I was gonna say,
Catches.
I mean, Tuki, maybe your eyes can spot anything that might be hidden. There could be at least something that survived in here. Like, for example, this desk. He's right next to. He rummages through the drawers in this. I assume this is like a librarian's desk.
It kind of gives the vibe of like a reception desk, yeah. Like you'd walk in, then the person behind the desk would give you directions on where to go or bring things to the front.
Yeah.
Rummaging through it, you don't really find anything.
I'm happy to scour the room, see what I can find.
And I'd be happy to help. We have, how much time remains in the day?
You got a fair few hours still. You stopped for lunch just before the Narloth fight, so like that was like, I'd say like 1 or 2 p.m., so you still got a few hours of light. You got time. There's not a hurry right now.
Ludviek turns to the others and says, I would say, well, at a glance, we have 3 rooms remaining that we could do a deep search on. Then we could rest for the night and head out in the morning.
Oh, you're misunderstanding. That's the last room.
Oh.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else to explore here.
No, I'm sorry,
as far
By
as
3
mapping it
rooms,
out.
I meant this one, the pantry, and the storeroom. We could do like a heavy investigation in there just to see, for we're absolutely sure that we don't miss anything.
I see. Okay, that makes more. All right. Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I would still like to, even if the books are destroyed, there might be something else in here if it was an important room.
I mean, you can look.
And I'd like to help Tuki with her investigation,
All right.
whereby
I mean,
I'm...
okay.
Yeah.
24.
Okay.
Let me double check my notes here. Let me see if I did leave anything important in here. Alright, well, with Ludviek's help, Tuki, you spend the next while scouring and exploring this archive hall. And you don't necessarily find anything, like, you don't come across, like, any secret panels or little hidden nooks or crannies. You do find, like, a couple of additional little bits of graffiti here and there, similar to the one that Kari found, just sort of in one of the little alcoves, one of the study corners.
Kari, can you still read? things that are in languages that are.
It takes
not
an hour. It takes an hour.
I found some more.
Okay, where was it? Sorry.
It's just in one of the little alcoves.
Okay, Kari will go there. Though now you've made me go down a rabbit hole of the conditions that need to be met for ancient ink to just smudge while sitting untouched on a bookshelf.
Look,
I
I'm not
will
worried.
argue this.
And you will fail. I'm the dungeon master. I've already put my foot down.
Okay. Even though so far it looks like it could be 2,500 years. Anyway. Where is it?
It's just one of the corners. I'm not too picky about it. I'm not necessarily worried about
Okay.
placement at this point. Like, again, you have the floor plan of the entire ruin at this point. I'm not too worried about placement now.
Okay.
alright,
Then
so-
we'll go over there and do the thing.
All right, so casting the spell again, or if you still have it up.
It lasts for an hour.
All right, so you tuck in, touch your hand to it, mutter the words again, just to sort of engage the effect and take in the words. And the main thing you get, the first one you find is just, I miss them all.
Okay.
One of the other little scribblings, one of the other little bits of sort of scratched in graffiti reads to you as, no more ascensions in these halls.
Ascension? Weird.
Definitely be sure to bring that one back.
Alright.
I'll say that
there
you kind of
any-
get. I'll say that you get from the vibe, just from like the punctuation of it, that the word ascension doesn't necessarily have like the immediate sort of like grandeur that you might suspect from a word like that. Like, it's significant. You definitely get that. But it feels like the translation into a language you understand picked a word that is synonymous, but maybe exaggerating.
If it turns out to be a carpenter's book on making stairs, it will not be good.
Not like that. Matters of severity more than anything else. So,
I mean, part of me wants to believe that it's a book on flying, but that's extremely wishful thinking.
That would be something. Finding a book on flying. Well, there's only a few hours left in the day. Shall we look through the other rooms?
Well, we've already
Sure.
kind of seen everything, and I highly doubt the storage room really has much other than mundane tasks and items. I'd also say we just take the book, whatever book we can. Whatever books we can. And have them as artifacts as well. Signs of ancient ruin.
Yeah.
Some sort of ancient culture that is lost.
No, find the best intact books, bring them back to the scouting group, and hopefully they can find someone who can mend them.
Mhm.
Well, that is not a bad idea.
Sounds good to me.
so
But we could like look through the storage room, even if tools are broken or anything. They might give a clue what they were used for.
Kind
I
of
mean-
mocked the last time I did that.
It's up to you
Well,
how
we
you
don't
wish to
have to-
proceed.
I am up for it. We don't have to break for camp quite yet. There's still plenty of hours remaining.
Yeah.
I will join you, Boron.
All right.
All
I
right.
can help take a look.
Ah, yes, your eyes are very good at spotting anything. Let us make our way, this way. Be careful for the trap. And as he rounds the corner, I mean, is this door still closed, and is that trap still there?
That door is still closed, and that trap is still there.
Okay. He makes his way past it.
All right.
And just, yeah. Actually, he waits here just in case to make sure that Minnove doesn't step on it.
All right. Easy enough. So, doesn't take you very long. You make it back to the large storage room and spend the next little while giving it a thorough search and examination. Whoever is spearheading this may go ahead and make a perception check at advantage.
Perception or investigation?
I mean, I think we could. Who has the highest perception?
Ludviek.
Yeah, again, perception
But,
is find things, investigation is scrutinize things.
Alright, well then let's try and find things. Let's go.
22. All right. So I'll go ahead and say, over the course of the next, I'd say maybe an hour, you sort of go through all the various crates and containers, and even if none of it is in any way useful, and a lot of it is no longer recognizable, just for the sake of being thorough, and for the Kraven to just kind of get it tucked away into their memory, you go from crate to crate, box to box, shelf to shelf, taking, basically just taking an inventory list of everything that's in here. It takes you a while, and it's kind of monotonous work, but just looking at some of this stuff kind of makes up for it in a sense, because there is... It's just so strange to look at these things that are similar in so many ways to the things you have in the modern society. You know, you find a box that's just full of cutlery, for example. Knives, forks, spoons, but just the shapes are somewhat different, and the designs are also so. It just gives the vibe that, the culture was a little different. A fork that has much longer prongs.
You think they had their arms were a little bit shorter? They couldn't really reach their mouth with their arms?
I wonder,
I find that unlikely.
Oh, but wouldn't that be so fascinating?
could it be possible that these ruins could even predate when all races had to flee to the underground? Could it be that old?
Well, considering there was a Kraven skeleton in the church area.
What do you mean, flee to the underground?
It's kind of a bit of
Okay.
common history here. Everyone should know this. Basic gist. While the exact details are not known because no one was able to record this at the time except through unreliable oral histories that had thousands of conflicting accounts, about 1,500 years ago, all the various current races of Oris lived primarily underground because at some point in their histories prior to that they had been enslaved by the ancient Orions and were kept underground to work their various machines and maintain their mines or what have you for their slave labor. And then just at some point, 1,500 years ago, there was some big doomsday event and the Orions disappeared and their slaves were left underground with no way back to the surface for 500 years. And then about 1,000 years ago, people started to migrate back to the surface and have just been slowly spreading out and rebuilding in the aftermath ever since. And a lot of why things are as far ahead as they are, despite that limited span of time, has been because they had a head start. There were a lot of things you could pick up from living in the Orion Undercities and repurposing them. There were ruins left over on the surface from before all of that could be studied and looked at. people didn't necessarily forget how to live thanks to some oral histories persisting in the cultures that were good about that, namely Dwarven and Rythari cultures, and the Kraven to another extent, but they kind of had their own problems down there back then. And so that's what is being talked about there. Everyone lived underground for a long time and then kind of came back up about 1,000 years ago.
So yeah, Ludviek's basically wondering, could this be even before that?
Part of me thinks it's even before the Orions.
It could be at the same time of the Orions. It just was like maybe shielded from their view or something. I mean, it's like in the middle of a huge forest. Maybe they just overlooked this.
That's possible. But with all these, with the number of supplies though here, there must have been a road to this at one time.
That is true.
Well spotted.
And if there was a road, it's probably long since gone because of all the rivers. And maybe even Long Winter probably took even the last of it.
It's even
Time.
more possible that this is mostly just a monastery of some sort of long forgotten god or deity of some sort.
Possibly.
I did notice, though, back in the cathedral, the frosted glass windows, though it was really hard to kind of see it, and for what I saw, the pale ring, it's was missing in the depictions of the stained glass.
No pale ring.
From what I could see.
Was that something that was discussed and I just completely missed earlier?
Minnove spotted it, but she didn't have a chance to bring it up in character before the Narloths showed up.
Oh.
It's probably just made out of lighter glass and shattered or something.
Possible, but
Maybe they just did not think it important and was not in the design.
the pale ring to not be important.
I am just speaking idea.
Everything has been built around it. I highly doubt whatever this culture or this god was just forgot about it, even if it was as minuscule as it would.
What if it wasn't forgotten? What if it didn't exist?
That wouldn't even be in records. For everything that we know, the pale ring has been here. Again, it could just be what Boron said. It was lighter, shattered, something of the sort, but
Well, when you have eliminated all things that are possible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be.
what about Kari? Have you been able to catch on to anything of these scries or these words that are on the around?
I need to turn you down real quick. You just suddenly got really loud there.
You just started swallowing your
Sorry.
microphone.
Yeah.
Really?
All right, I don't know. All right, that history check. What were you rolling that for, Kari?
Basically, what was I rolling that for?
I didn't prompt it.
They were talking about,
Was it how long the pale ring has been around?
yeah.
To the best of your collective knowledge, it's always been there. For as long as history's been recorded, it's been in the sky. There aren't exactly records surviving that predate the reign of the Orions, so. But it seems reasonable. The thing is massive. It wraps around the entire world. It's always been there, probably.
So unless this is really young into the age of the world. And the ring hadn't quite yet fully formed.
Yeah, too many questions and not enough answers.
Wait, what did Minnove ask Kari again? Sorry, we just kind of...
We kind of forgot to address what Kari knows.
So, Minnove asked Kari, what have you essentially been reading or seeing? Because there's been words scattered around and I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
And you haven't really been saying what they've been saying. You've just been kind of like, interesting, and writing it down. And Minnove's like...
Yeah. Does Kari have anything to add to the conversation, essentially?
It's the ramblings of a madman.
Madness. You know, madness is repetition.
Well, it was
Repeated over and over.
I thought that was insanity. Yes.
Insanity too, but insanity and madness kind of go hand in hand. Driving someone insane is driving someone mad.
I don't know. I've heard of some very calm and collected, insane individuals.
I don't know. I'd say you're all a fucking group of mad people sometimes. He kind of jokes.
Indeed. Here we are.
Fireball. That's a joke.
A bunch of surrounded by burnable things. Great idea.
Well, how is it looking outside, like, time-wise?
I'd say it's getting on toward, like, what you would consider dinner time.
Well, do we want to call it here and have dinner and head back, or spend the night here?
I would say we should probably spend the night here. Would be better to head out in the morning with fresh head.
Right.
Also, if it's nearing supper time, Ludviek just takes his paws and goes, cracks his knuckles. I think it is time for my plan in action. And he makes his way up towards this pantry. And I'll wait. Anyone else got to do other things first? Do that.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go down the list and see if anyone wants to do anything specific before you hunker in for a long rest. So, Tuki, do you want to do anything specific, or is Tuki just going to find somewhere sit and rest her legs a bit? As best as she can, at any rate.
I think that's just what she's gonna do.
Alright. I'll just tuck you over here in the communal room then. Alright. Boron. Does Boron have anything he wishes to do?
No, not really. He's just careful if still anything is creeping up to us, but other than that, I have nothing special to do.
All right.
Well, as Boron runs by, Ludviek calls out to him, Boron, can you find me and bring to the kitchen plenty of usable wood?
I'll try.
All right.
He gives him a thumbs up.
All right. Minnove, is there anything else you wish to do in these ruins, or do you just want to hunker in for the wait?
She doesn't really have anything on her mind. She's just more or less gonna, like, kind of walk around and kind of probably sit by Tuki and Boron and just strum her instrument as, like, little entertainment.
All right. Park your butt right there, then. And Kari, is there anything else you wish to do while you're waiting for Ludviek to get food ready? Or do you just want to hang out with the rest of the group and relax?
He's gonna keep poking at things.
Anything in particular, or just in general?
Just a general.
All right. You just kind of take some time walking around the interior of the structure, committing more smaller details to memory as you wait, as Ludviek is doing something fun, apparently.
I would like to look through this storage area, because it seems like where they store preserves, specifically for any salt or spices that may have survived. Salt, probably more likely.
Yeah, I'll say that, like, you find, like, you find, like, it's not, like, in, like, tiny shards. You kind of find, like, one urn that's miraculously managed to survive the passing of time, and you sort of pop it open, and you look in, and yep, there's just an abundance of salt in there. Specifically, it's like a bunch of like cubes of it. Like kind of roughly carved cubes of salt.
Excellent. He basically takes the jar with him, and was he able to find any spices of any kinds, or is it the repeat of what's in the other pantry?
Pretty much just a repeat of what's in the other pantry. If it's not crystallizable, it's probably not going to survive.
All right. Well, then he makes his way.
The fact that this salt is still here is kind of a miracle that it didn't get, like, dissolved from moisture falling in.
Well, as long as no moisture gets into a pot, salt can keep technically for indefinitely.
All right.
Which is also true of another thing, cooking-wise. Sugar. If sugar does not get moisturized at all, it can keep for as long as salt.
All right. Tell you what, roll me 1d2.
1d2. Okay. As if they have sugar. Well, I did find the honey, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got to type that in. Sorry.
Yeah.
Roll 1d2.
So, like, kind of next to the jar of salt, you find a jar, likewise, of some sugar.
Okay, well, he takes that too.
All right.
For later. And so here is his plan then. I assume by now Boron has found some usable wood and brought that in. I mean, minding the smell, of course, behind him. But you said there were 2 ovens here, right? These ones.
There's
right
kind of
here?
like a big cooking pit in the middle, and then there are those 2 smaller ovens sort of tucked into the walls there. Yeah, there's like the big like charcoal grill here in the middle that doesn't like have any charcoal in it, but there are the stoves too. Yes.
All right. Well, then that charcoal thing won't work better because we're gonna stack it. We're gonna light ourselves a fire and get ourselves a bit of cooking here going.
Okay. Tell us what you cook and how you prepare it. I'm not going to necessitate any rolls for this. As a Rythar from your tribe, you would know how to prepare food. I'll let you just take the floor.
Okay, well, first with his hammer, he's going to then crush up as much of those salt cubes as possible on the table. Just clear off a section of the table. Crush up that salt into as much of a powder as he can. Next, he's going to offer that as saves. Like, if anyone wants to help, I am open to hands. And sees if anyone wants to join him.
Tuki will
Not
help.
very good in
Keep
the
yourself
kitchen.
busy.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk a little closer to your mic, please, Sepia. You sound very quiet.
Sorry.
There you go.
All right.
All right. So Tuki is helping in the kitchen. Awesome. I just realized. I just now fucking realized that there is a lone pillar just right there for some reason. What is that doing there? That shouldn't be there. Ignore it. That doesn't exist.
It's a load-bearing pillar. Load-bearing pillar. Don't
That's the strip pole.
No, it's not. If that was a
Over the
load-bearing
fire.
pillar, it would be symmetrical on the other side. No, that's not supposed to be there. Carry on.
Jeez. Guess they're getting toasty while they're getting toasty. Anyway. So, salt is being prepared. He asks Tuki if she would want to. He basically pulls out all the meat he's gotten, the 12 pounds of the river drake and the 5 good cuts from the Narloth. And he says, "Can you cube these, please?" Basically, makes a hand sign just about, no more than 1 inch, 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. Just, good sized chunks, basically. Next, he's going to, well, I assume, can Tuki need to roll for that, or just do we?
I'll say using the enchanted rapier. No, Tuki can just do that as a matter of precision. I don't want to hold us up. I don't want to hold us up too much with dice rolls because Mick's got to go soon. So we're just kind of going here. I'm just letting you guys have this.
All right. Well, Tuki is doing that. We have the salt already done. Okay. Then in another mixing bowl, he's going to take the crystallized honey that has happened. He's going to pulverize that as well, as much into a dust as he can. And then he's going to take the vial of blessed water that he did earlier, because it'll probably be the most pure water that they have on hand, not the one they have in their own water skins. And he's going to slowly add that in while mixing it with whatever utensil he can find nearby that's, sanitary enough at least.
I assume you have basic, cooking supplies as part of your camping gear.
Yeah. In other words, basically he's rehydrating the honey here.
Okay.
Then he's going to since Tuki's carved all the meat, then he's going to take the remainder of the wood that Boron brought in, and he's going to, with either with physical strength or whatnot, basically create sticks here. We're creating sticks.
Okay.
And from those sticks, we are going to make kebabs. These kebabs will then
this is going.
These kebabs will then be once the fire gets going over there. The kebabs will be basically put into the fire directly, seared for a quick sear of the outside. Then they will be rubbed with salt, and then all will be placed. You said it was a grill type, so then they'll just be grilled, turning over and over and over. And then once they are nearing completion, they will then be rolled in the honey, and then placed onto plates. And we'll have meat kebabs of river drake and narloth that have been cooked with salt and seasoned with honey.
Huh. All right. Okay. All right. So that honestly sounds kind of good. So taking these kebabs of meat to the rest of the party, you dish them out, and everyone gets the Narloth meat is extremely thick with nutrition, so these are extremely filling kebabs. So you settle in, start enjoying a well-made meal by the Lion Man. You may safely take a long rest as this session draws to a close. So, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining us for this session of Ringlight Fables. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, keep listening, and do not be a dick. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.